Douglas. Ben.
Hey, thanks very much, Mahia and Lynn. Of course, things when we're talking about the weather changing as rapidly as it is, that's because this is a relatively fast-moving hurricane. Douglas, over the last 6 hours, has started to experience some shearing. You can see a lot of that convection starting to get pulled off to the north. You can also see more of those clouds heading off to the north as well. That's pretty good news for us as far as the strength of the storm. It could sap some of the intensity. However, that also means we are still in the danger of having the center of the storm move closer to the island of Oahu. Right now, the forecast track still has Douglas as a Category 1 hurricane. Winds near the center are actually to the north and west of the center, right around 85 miles per hour, gusts of 105 miles per hour. And some of the radar has actually shown even stronger winds really in this area here, up to 115 miles per hour. It is currently moving to the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. It's going to cover a lot of ground over the next 5 days, and it's also going to be taking some time to lose its intensity, according to the latest forecast track from the Central Pacific Hurricane Center. We're looking at it moving and comfortably close to the north of the island of Oahu by tonight at 8 o'clock. Winds could still be as strong as 80 miles per hour and some higher gusts as well, maybe up to 90 to 95 miles per hour. And somewhere around 2 o'clock in the morning, we're anticipating that it's going to get close to the island of Kauai as well. The forecast line has the center just to the north of the Garden Isle, but there's still a chance it could fall anywhere between these two areas of the forecast cone, and a wobble of even just 20 miles will make a huge amount of difference in the effects that Kauai and Oahu will get. Most of the heaviest weather is still only as close as 40 miles offshore, and so if any of this moves down just a little bit, geographically speaking, we could experience not as much or a whole lot of the intensity of the 85 mile per hour winds with the gusts. Right now you can see the center about 50 miles to the north of Kahului, and this is where we're seeing once again the heaviest weather as far as the heavy rain. We also have had some brief sporadic thunderstorms that have been firing up both ahead of and behind the center. And you can also see a lot of cloud cover. So we're getting a few peaks of blue sky for Maui and Maui County. But by and large, for now, we're looking at most of the extremely heavy weather just off to the north. But we're hoping that the center once again stays off to the north of Oahu. We're getting a lot of tropical moisture coming in from the southeast now for Hawaii Island. The tropical storm warning has been dropped for the Big Island, and also some heavier showers firing up just around the Honoka'a area up to Waipio Valley. Here's where we're looking at the center right now as it moves off to the west-northwest. Right now, it looks like it's starting to get more due north of Molokai. Molokai not getting that much as far as rainfall, and again, most of the wind is really up in this area on the north and western portions of the circulation. Quite a bit of cloud cover for the island of Maui itself, as well as for Lanai and Kaho'olawe. Meantime, on Oahu, you can see that we're going to start having some of the effects possibly in the form of the heavier rain. It's touching the North Shore Kahuku area down into Laie, and some of the stronger winds are still anticipated down through Waimea. And then as we get to Kauai, we are still looking at relatively calm conditions. That's going to start changing this evening, and the possibility of some very severe weather as we get into the late night and early morning hours. Lynn, Mahia, back to you.
All right, certainly the calm conditions on Kauai giving folks some time to prepare. Thanks a lot, Ben Gutierrez.
And now we're going to go to Lisa Kubota. She's at Wailua High School, where one of the shelters is set up. Lisa, not a lot of shelters out there in the North Shore for